Hello friends, and welcome to another Pauper League. Today we're going to be playing the Elves deck. I know that C is for Cookie plays Elves, so that's good enough for me. We went on to MTG Goldfish, found the last deck that C is for Cookie placed with, and this is the list that we found. So this is what we're going to run. Having access to the 4 Jaspera Sentinels and the 4 Birchlore Rangers makes colored mana quite a bit easier for this deck than it has been before. The deck previously was playing the Distant Melody, which was castable off of Birchlore Rangers, and we would play a Search Elf, which would let us go get a basic land. We would go get a basic island to cast this card. But we don't need to do that anymore with the Sentinel. Also, as a sweet little upside, the Sentinel has reach, so it can block Faeries, and that might come into play at some point. We've also switched up the sideboard a little bit, or rather C is for Cookie has. Wrap and Vigor is going to be more common than Spider Silk Armor now, because of Cannonade. Yeah, this hand looks great. Not the mirror. I think this is still going to be a hard one, though. Bogles is pretty quick. But we do have Timberwatch for turn 2, so we're going to be able to put something together pretty quick ourselves. Positioning on that thing isn't too hot. Maybe I can... It just keeps on snapping. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there for now. Elvish Vanguard. Kinda would like to play that. Ooh, Armadillo Cloak. That's a difficult one to deal with. It has Trample and Lifelink, or pseudo-Lifelink. Racing a creature with Lifelink is not something you generally want to be doing. But we might be able to make a creature that can block it in short order. We're going to have 4 mana here, so we can go Vanguard Priest. If we play the Birchlore Rangers, we can actually play the Priest of Titania as well. It will tap the Elvish Vanguard, which is unfortunate, but it'll put more elves on the table. Okay, so Timberwatch Elf here is actually giving +6, now +7, because it counts these elves as well. So they're going to need to continue to put down enchantments onto this scout in order to get through. This is a bad attack. They just go ahead and lose their creature and the enchantment. Good job. Don't know why they would have wanted to do that. Should have just waited for... maybe they just can't wait? Ooh, Quirion Ranger? That's pretty good. Might be nearly GG with this thing. Go blue. Distant Melody. Name Elf. Draw a bunch of cards. We got more Quirion Rangers here. This should be GG. Put those back in any order. This is just, you know, Elves deck doing Elves things. Totally normal. And I thought we were going to be in trouble. Okay, we'll attack with 2 creatures here. And we can untap the Timberwatch Elf 3 times. We could have done way more damage, but no reason to show off. We're going to want Gleeful Sabotage, and that's probably it. I think we'll take out maybe an Invoker, maybe a Lead the Stampede, because we're bringing in extra spells here. Yeah, I keep this. Not great, but it has things to do on turns 1 and 2. Oh, not liking that fourth forest. That is too many. Ooh, gut shot. Got rid of my Llanowar Elf there. That's going to slow me down a little bit. Hey there, Screeves. I think that it was something pretty special. It'll be going up onto YouTube tomorrow. Played the Izzet Prowess deck. And after an 0-3 drop, we had an amazing run, an incredible league. Also, Monkey Paws. Wellwisher. Okay, that's not bad. Should probably go for the 2 first. Llanowar Elves, Birchlore Ranger. But the life from Wellwisher might be very important, and getting it onto the battlefield early might be the difference between life and death. So it's a choice between mana and life. And I don't think that the opponent can beat me if I start gaining huge amounts of life. We're going to go for turn 2 Wellwisher here. And then turn 3 we'll be able to start activating it. This is bad if they have a second gut shot. Okay, that's a pretty good one. They have the follow-up with the Rancor. Okay, so yeah, they're coming in for a huge amount of damage already. I don't know if Wellwisher is going to be able to keep up with that. We're going to need to draw some elves. I think Quirion Ranger would be a perfect draw here. Not exactly what I'm looking for. But still another elf, so that's 1 extra life that we're going to gain this turn. We're going to wait on the Wellwisher just in case they play an elf of their own. Because they have not only the Glade Cover Scout, but also the Ledge Walker. Whew. As far as auras for a single white go, Hyena Umbra is not as scary as a second Ethereal Armor. Second Ethereal Armor, we're dead. Okay, they play the Glade Cover Scout, so we get to gain an extra life with the Wellwisher because we didn't tap it. So it has Trample, no reason to block. Let's just go ahead and gain the life, and then we can 6. So it looks like we're going to get a couple more turns out of this. That's good news. Let's start with Lead the Stampede. We'll always have the option for the Mystic afterwards. We get 4 draws. Very nice. We don't find the Quirion Ranger or a second Wellwisher, but this is pretty decent, I would say. Did I have enough mana for the Huntmaster there and miss it? 1, 2, 3... No, I only ever had 3 mana. Yeah, I gotta keep the Wisher for life for sure. But I think we're almost past the corner here. And we don't really have anything else to do. Let's pass the turn here. I guess we could attack with Birchlore Rangers, but that would potentially take 2 elves off the board. So really not into that kind of trade. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is lethal. We must use the Wellwisher here. We can't, like, try and be cheeky and wait for another scout. Distant Melody. Not bad, not bad. Hey, it's all about friends. Who you know. The Wellwisher would be nothing on their own. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second Huntmaster. Always yes. Always yield. Okay, that seems pretty good. Let's pass here. Could attack with the Sentinel. I don't really know if that's necessary. Again, we would be taking an elf off the board. We can wait to attack another turn. Yeah, I would say so. They don't know about the Distant Melody, which means we're also going to be drawing just a huge amount of cards. I would say this is GG, though, at this point. They're out of cards in hand. We'll just go ahead and Wellwisher and pass the turn. And now we can start doing attacks as well. Oh, another Huntmaster? Yes, please. So we have 43 cards in the deck. I don't think we have to worry about being milled out. We'll just attack with our 3/3s. Attack with this. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Geez, we can even cast the Melody this turn if we really wanted to. Boop. Scoop him up, opponent. We even have the Quirion Ranger to just gain stupid amounts of life now. And with the triple Huntmaster, we're actually gaining mana every time we cast an elf. We also have Gleeful Sabotage, so opponent has nothing left. We can get rid of the Ethereal Armor and the Hyena Umbra, making their creature a 3/1 trample. Yeehaw. Yeah, if opponent's just going to sit there and let us do this, we're going to have an amazing turn, gain so many life, and kill them next turn. Let's see here. Where are you? Birchlore Ranger. This is how we cast our spells. I mean, we can Melody again, but we won't want to. We already have enough on board. We can just keep the Melody uncast. And if we did cast Melody, we would not name Elf. We would probably name Druid. Well, then call me a coward. We'll just keep on casting spells here until our opponent concedes. This hand is okay. Not great. It could turn into something pretty good. Snow-covered land. Is land into Brainstorm. So we're probably looking at Delver. Brainstorm being an incredible card, there's actually some other very strong options in blue. Ponder and Preordain. So generally, if a deck is playing Brainstorm specifically, they have a reason to do that, like Delver. Okay, here they're holding up Counter Magic. Could throw a Lead the Stampede or a Timberwatch Elf into the counterspell. Can't be spell stuttered sprited. So we'll have to use an actual counterspell on it. Okay, they don't have it. I think we'll just attack for the 1, hold the Wellwisher back. Yeah, we'll just attack for the 1. If they wanted to potentially trade a Spell Stutter Sprite for my Rangers, I would take that trade. Okay, so Brainstorm again. Brainstorm into Brainstorm. Generally, you want to be, yeah, there it is, using a shuffle ability after your Brainstorm, if you don't have a Delver in play, for example. Cast Ranger in the end step. That would have been pretty good. Okay, we'll gain some life in response to the Scred before the Timberwatch Elf goes down. Vanguard. Ah, don't mind that. Yeah, they probably don't have Spell Stutter Sprite. No, they're. I thought for a second they were Dimir. They're Izzet. So they probably do have this Sprite. Throwing down Quirion Ranger into 2 mana is just asking for it to be countered. We have 2 mana, so we can't lead the Stampede either. I think the opponent's deck is going to have a really hard time dealing with a huge amount of life. So we're going to have to keep our clock in mind. Another Wellwisher. Alright, let's lead the Stampede. Okay, this gets a counterspell. And let's see here. This is turn 5. We haven't played a forest this turn. Ooh, they're going for the lightning bolt on the Wellwisher here. Okay, so that stifles our mana. We're not going to be able to play the second Wellwisher. But we have 30 life. Nice big buffer. And we're the only one with creatures on the board currently. So maybe we start attacking. I'll play another Wellwisher, see if we can get an extra point of power onto the Vanguard here. Oh, they counter that. So we're going to go with Lead the Stampede now. Cancel. Alt-Z, Alt-Z. So we can attack first, and then untap one creature, and then Lead the Stampede. That's probably better. Because we played a land this turn, right? Yeah, we did. Okay. Okay, so we got to draw 3 for 3 mana, not bad. Puts us on card advantage here against the opponent. Let's cast some elves. There's a Spell Stutter sprite, so they're going to Spell Stutter, Spell Stutter. Not into the promos, huh? Okay, 5/5 Vanguard. Some of those first printings are tough to get. Imagine getting first printing Llanowar Elf. Speak of the devil. Oh, another spell stutter sprite. Nice. I mean, it's hard to find good condition ones. Hard enough to find one, period. Ooh, is this a ninja? We don't have the dude with reach, the Jaspera Sentinel. So yeah, they get to put down a ninja, bring the spell stutter sprite back to hand. It's a pretty good play for them. Timberwatch Elf. Oh, and they can counter it. Brutal. So we're not going to throw it into a spell stutter sprite. Really put on the pressure here. I'm going to untap the Vanguard so we have a blocker for the ninja. And we still have a board full of lethal threats here. They're going to inventory. Inventory is going to be pretty good. They're going to be able to draw a bunch of cards with that. Oh, only 2. I thought they were going to get 3 with that one. Yeah, it should have been 3. Okay, I thought I read up here that they drew 2, but I'm not going to spend any time trying to search through that for something I read in passing. We have a clock to worry about. Yeah, draws 1 and then X. Oh, okay, so it would read something like draw 1 card, draw 2 cards. Oh, there's the Sentinel for reach, a little bit late. I think our Sentinel is better than a random card from them. They do have some very good cards in their deck. Scred is a problem, Lightning Bolt is a problem, Abrade is a problem. They don't play another creature here, so we can get them down to 1. Yeah, I think they might have stabilized. We had a pretty good run of it, but they did too. Finding removal spells right on time to be able to take care of our problem creatures. And now they've put up this wall that we can't get through, and drew a Lightning Bolt as another removal spell. So I honestly don't think we're going to be able to get that last point of damage through. We should probably just scoop. Well, if this resolves, maybe we can still play. No, that's right. They have Lightning Bolt to kill it. Get out of here. 34 life. Didn't matter. We definitely want the Pyroblast. We probably want the Hydroblasts too. Stop their removal spells. Wrap and Vigor could be interesting. Scattershot Archer, Longbow. So basically our whole sideboard is good. If we're playing the Hydroblast, do we really need the Wrap and Vigor? We're going to take out some number of Distant Melody, even though the card is amazing. We're going to have trouble keeping elves on the board. So Distant Melody for 2 isn't as exciting as Distant Melody for 7. Just cut forests. Yeah, exactly. We talked about this before. We cut the forests that we're not going to draw, and we leave the forests that are going to be in our opening hand, we leave those ones in the deck. Yeah, we'll keep this. Quirion Ranger is pretty strong in a 1-land hand. So we're going to want to play the Quirion Ranger on turn 2 so we don't expose it to Lightning Bolt. And Sentinel can cast the Pyroblasts. Oh, well, we get land. That makes things a little bit easier. Not loving this. Oh, they're gonna lightning bolt the Elvish Mystic when I try and put the Longbow on it. We're taking down Pyroblast here, partially to bluff like we don't have one, and partially because we're not really scared of what they're going to play for 2. We're scared of ninjas and Spellstutter sprites. And they draw Scred. Well, this game might be over quickly. We're just drawing forests. Our Pyroblasts aren't doing any work. This is not good. Should have cut those forests, you're right. We wouldn't have been flooded. And because, like I already said, it would have been the forests that we drew, not the forests that we cut out of our deck. The ones in our opening hand would have been fine. And we would have just drawn gas. Oh, Vanguard, you're gonna die. Yeah, now what are you going to kill? You're going to kill the Quirion Ranger instead of the Vanguard now, huh? Meanwhile, they have 5 cards in hand to our 1. Well, this is unfortunate. We did a bit of overboarding, a little bit of flooding, and we're getting crushed here. I think that we're going to have to re-examine the matchup and what's important. The No Art Llanowar. Yeah, it's a promo. Somehow doesn't have any art. It used to have art. I guess there's some sort of problem loading it. Aha, now I got my longbow. You're toast now. Full art, no art, no less. Okay, 18 turn clock. Starting now. Okay, let's cut that down by half with a Quirion Ranger. Oh, with a cannonade. We have no protection. Alright. GG. This is fine. We'll keep. Start out with Llanowar Elves with art. And we're looking at potentially 4 mana. Ooh, we're playing against Goblins. It's going to be Elves versus Goblins. Okay. Now we got a 3/3. Look at that board on turn 2. That is wicked. Speaking of, Sparksmith. Speaking of games where life matters, this is one. Okay, Essence Warden. Nice. 1, 2... 3... 4. We've already done this. So we'll just go ahead and play the Essence Warden first so we can draw an extra card. So let's see here. We do have 1 extra mana. Yeah, just draw 6. Why not? We could put down 1 more creature, but that would leave the Vanguard tapped. We could untap it as a surprise to, like, block them. Yeah, I kind of like playing 1 more creature here, gaining another life. Okay. That was our turn 3. Now, Sparksmith, if they want to use it to destroy a creature, it does damage to themselves as well as to the creature. So that's going to be pretty dangerous to use the Sparksmith at a level that can actually kill a Vanguard. But they can get rid of one of our important creatures, like the Essence Warden. Fortunately, we have a lot of colored mana. Yeah, I would say that would probably be the best target for them. Does anything you or your opponent do even matter at this point? Very little. But there are still things that could happen. For example, I could make a mistake and Distant Melody to draw my entire deck and lose the game. Opponent might be able to put together a significant amount of reach, but I think with the Essence Warden we're probably fine. Kind of expect an attack here. I don't even know if I would block. Alright, no attack. Okay, so unfortunately we're no longer able to untap our creatures. We don't have a Quirion Ranger yet, but we do have a Distant Melody. So let's make some mana and draw some cards. Don't tell anyone. I got a reputation to uphold, and that's, control is not part of it. We got Quirion Rangers, chat. Did we already play a forest this turn? And when did my turn start? Like, ages ago? Turn 4, play forest. Okay. Oh yeah, of course, I can't click a forest, so obviously. I could play another creature here. I could play another Quirion Ranger. I think I would rather just attack with Vanguard past the turn. Make some discards. We can untap the Vanguard if we need to. They'll just block here with War Marshal. We're fine with that. We'll gain another life. Oh, if Melody had Storm? Oh, that'd be so crazy. Yeah, our turn is over. What are we going to discard here? Let's get rid of Forest, and Invoker. No, Invoker would be really good if we got some mana going with the Priest of Titania. Invoker plus Timberwatch Elf is going to give a creature trample and just a huge amount of power toughness. We'll be able to get past their dudes that way. Well, what's that Storm card that lets you reveal the top card of your library and then cast it for free? Drawing a card would definitely cost less than that. It's what, like 7 mana? Oh, Goblin Grenade. They're going to kill the Vanguard. Oh, yeah, there it is. Lag.com has already put it up onto the chat here. Mind's Desire costs 6. And it's pretty similar. We were thinking about the exact same thing there. Also true. That was from the first run of Storm. I mean, they've got a board. It's scary. Fortunately, we have just a ton of life. Our mana isn't doing that well this turn, but next turn we're going to be able to just totally overwhelm them with our mana. We're going to get this Priest of Titania out. I want to get these two out, the Priest of Titania and Timberwatch Elf. And I think we should be able to do it pretty easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We might even be able to get the Huntmaster out. Okay, that gets the scoop. We were going to keep on going, but let's stop it there. So, yeah, let's bring in the 3 Hydroblasts. Longbow is interesting, as is Sabotage. I don't think they're going to be bringing in Goblin Caves, but Hydroblast takes care of that. And Longbow would potentially just shoot down all of their creatures. So, I mean, it is definitely an option. But we don't want to be sideboarding too heavily here. We already, I think, are in a favorable spot, and the Hydroblast will probably be enough. Could go down to lucky 13 on lands. We're on the draw here. We have 1 land hand, no Quirion Ranger. This is a risky one. Our only 1 mana is the Mystic. So if we play Mystic, they bolt it, we're in a ton of trouble. But we have the Wellwisher here. LGC Bogdish, thanks for the follow, friend. Too risky. We'll keep this one, get rid of a land. I like this hand way more. So many lands. Good thing we took one out. Not sure if I want to expose Timberwatch Elf right away. This might even just be Lightning Bolt. Oh, they're going to 1 mana Electrickery. Get rid of the blocker. I think maybe they kept a 1 land hand. Yup. Ooh, Hydroblast. Obviously, we can't do anything with it right now. We don't have the blue mana. We need another elf on the board in order to cast the blast. No blocks. We got Hydroblast coming up. I want to keep that Birchlore Rangers on the board. Oh, Llanowar Elves. Where were you last turn? Okay. So I could play the Timberwatch Elf, hold up Hydroblast. Or I could play the Llanowar Elf into Lead the Stampede. Okay, we get to draw 4. And one of them's an Essence Warden. That's pretty good. Oh, and a Quirion Ranger. That's great. Great draw here. Oh, that's a really good one. Really good turn. This is kind of what I was thinking would be like what is the best possible thing for the opponent to do next turn? It's this. Land Bushwhacker. So now they get to slam in for 8, which obviously, super strong. If I had kept the Hydroblast up here, I could have countered the Bushwhacker and only taken 2. But we're going to be able to get the Essence Warden down and have Hydroblast up from... So that's going to be pretty sweet. Cancel that. I want the Essence Warden first. Then the Vanguard. Quirion Ranger. Oh yeah, we're doing things now. And we haven't played a forest yet. Untap the Llanowar Elf. Still got a ton of mana left. 1, 2... Three, Timberwatch. And we still have mana for Hydroblast. Yep, we can play the Sentinel here too. Gives us access to another blocker. We have Hydroblast up. Gained a bunch of life that turn. And we're presenting with a huge amount of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elves. Plus the untap is 14. So a single attack is good for at least 15 damage. Forest, everything. Well, what did I do? I drew like 4 with Lead the Stampede, right? So that was a really big part of it. Okay. Opponent is having a good think here. Trying to figure out how they can get through this turn, do the maximum amount of damage possible so they can finish me off with Fire Blast, Lightning Bolt, Goblin Grenade. The opponent's deck has a ton of reach. They can kill us out of nowhere. Okay, they're going to kill the Essence Warden with a Lightning Bolt. Yep. Mog Raider, sure. Affinity is a very balanced mechanic, the most balanced. Didn't that get like a 10 on the storm scale? Ooh, another Vanguard. Don't mind if I do. Okay, so we have 8 elves. 8 times 2 is 16, 17. That's not lethal. So we'll just smack them for 9. Go for lethal next turn. We have 1 untap with a Quirion Ranger, so we can make a blocker. We also have Hydroblast. Yeah, it hasn't actually done anything this game except for offer us safety. And that has actually been pretty excellent. Even though we haven't used the option, it's been very nice to have it there. To know that if they try and cast Trickery, we have it covered. If they try and Bushwhacker here, we don't have to let them. I have this card that says, counter any card in the opponent's deck. Turns out it's good. This is a better hand. We can just get rid of Forest. Ooh, Cutthroat too. Nice. Okay, so Caretaker probably means we're fighting Walls. We should actually have a good matchup versus Walls. We're a little bit faster. The things that we can do are a little bit more broken than the things the Walls deck can do, generally game 1. But if they have the transformative sideboard, they're going to have a better matchup versus us in games 2 and 3. Sacrificing the Tinderwall for the Guardian. Risky play. I think we're just going to play Priest of Titania, Birchlore Rangers. We only have the 3 mana. We could make one more with Birchlore Priest, but we don't have another 1-drop. And I want to get this mana out before we play the Vanguard. You say that, Screeves, but Blood Artist has the one problem where it targets. So if opponent has Leyline, Blood Artist doesn't work anymore. They're going to evoke the Muldrifter, but it's going to be on the field. They can tap for mana now. I wonder if they have something to interact with the evoke, like an Ephemerate. They don't even tap it for mana. What the heck, opponent? I guess they want the blocker? Yeah, I'll draw 3 cards. Okay, so we still have mana. Oh, and Quirion Ranger is going to be great. So yeah, let's just go ham here. Go ahead. Oh, let's attack for 1. Yeah. Get in there. Send him a message. Okay, opponent scoops him up to that. Makes sense. Don't know if they're going to have the transformative sideboard or not. No way to know until we see it. That's the difference between a single turn. I attack for 1. I attack for all the damage. I don't mind bringing in some number of Pyroblast. We've already seen Muldrifter, so we know it will counter that. And then it will also counter the combo if they sided into that. Screeves thinks, you think that Blood Artist has better art than Cutthroat? Are you serious? Are you not a fan of Critical Role? I noticed that the face of the Cutthroat looks a lot like Travis from Critical Role. It's uncanny. I can understand that. I don't think that gaining life is a huge consideration here, so we could probably take out some number of Wellwisher. Keep the Essence Warden, they just cost 1 mana. And we could bring in Pyroblast, which will protect us from the combo, and also potentially counter Muldrifter. And I don't think, honestly, like, the rest of the cards are going to be all that hot. We could bring in Hydroblast to counter the Pirate. Oh, they might be playing Fiery Cannonade in the sideboard. So maybe we just want like some number of Rapid Vigor. This hand is okay. Don't allow Ron Spencer art in your decks. Are you not a fan of Ron Spencer? Or has something happened I'm not aware of? Really? Huh, okay, fair enough. I always quite enjoyed Ron Spencer's art. Yep, I agree. It is kind of comic book style. I like that. I've been a pretty big fan of comic books for most of my life. If anyone's curious, no one asked, but here it is. Favorite comic of all time? Bone by Jeff Smith. Alright, let's snack in for some damage. Opponent is making a ton of mana this turn, though. And we don't have access to blue mana, so our Distant Melody isn't doing anything. And Rapid Vigor is just a dead card, unless they actually play Cannonade. Oh, yeah. Rebecca Gay has some amazing art. Ended up picking up some of the promo lands that were available a while back. Those are some of my favorite basics. That is an unfortunate thing that does happen sometimes, Screeves. And that's why I asked about Ron Spencer, because sometimes people do things because, you know, people are human, and we do terrible things sometimes. And sometimes... Oh, another Rapid Vigor. This is abysmal. Sometimes you just got to pull support for people because you don't agree with the things that they're doing. Okay, we've gotten a few points of damage in. Opponent has a very scary board here. They have all the mana ready to go. They just need something to do with it all. And it looks like they might have a pirate here. This is Tuk Tuk, so their creatures now have haste. No way you're just passing. Huh, they're just passing. They have one card left in hand and they just have nothing. So we have 4, 5, 6 mana. Not enough for the Invoker yet. No blue mana. We could attack with everything, but these are the only things that have any chance of getting damage through. The thing is, it looks like they're almost at a point where they have to start blocking. So we might as well attack with the little creatures as well. And get those little points of chip damage in. They have to block something. Vanguard or Invoker. And this puts them to 1, I believe. Hey there, Cherry. It would be a whole lot better if we could cast it. Oh my god, we have the Rapid Vigor here? That is so good. Remember when I was like, oh, this card sucks. Well, it turned out to be super good there. Card was dead in hand till it wasn't. 5, 6, 7, almost enough for Invoker. Alright, what do they got this time? Still just one card in hand. Watch, it's another Fiery Cannonade, and we get to Rapid Vigor again. Yeah, this is all fine. Knocking their walls off the board. Even though this is really mediocre as far as elves go, we've got a pair of 4-power creatures and we're just doing nothing. Still managing to put enough pressure on the walls deck. Another Fiery Cannonade. We have another Rapid Vigor. Okay, so both the wraps turned out to be super good. Oh, thanks for the extra point of power, opponent. Birchlore Rangers. Well, that gets us Distant Melody. I'm going to attack first, see if we just win. We had 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, and 8, because we put the land back down? Yeah, we could have. And that might have been just straight up game winning. Of course, this is pretty game winning as well. Every time we're able to take their walls off the board, that's super good. Scoop them up, opponent. Waiting for that third cannonade. We'll keep this though. Ugh, okay, it looks like they are playing Dimir. Not what we wanted to run into. Oh, they're gonna have Spell Stutter Sprite up here. Oh, that's brutal. Let's put out some bait. Go ahead, opponent. Yeah, this is... You think the Izzet matchup is hard? Dimir is way worse. They have Snuff Out, which is free, kills any creature. And then they also have... what is that sweeper they have? The one with cycling. All your opponent's creatures get -1/-1. It's an instant for 3 mana. And they just get to play that in the main. So yeah, I'm scared of what the opponent is doing right now. If you couldn't tell. Okay, it looks like they have another Spell Spreader Sprite ready to go, but we have a Huntmaster. So we're going to slam that onto the table. Good morning, Charles. Glad you were able to make it for the end of the league. Crowbar. Thanks for the follow, friend. Is the NS for Nova Scotia? For the game natural selection. Okay. There's a lot of things that NS could stand for. What was it that one of the viewers was telling us about a while back? What was it called? You've been tempted to rebuild the Dimir Faeries? It's a really solid choice. Still one of the best decks in the format. You do have to be aware that people are going to be ready to play against your deck. They're going to have things in the sideboard specifically for you. But the deck is so strong, you're going to be able to play through almost any matchup. This also gives them access to 3 mana counterspell on Spellstutter Sprite now, which is horrifying. We are going to play the other Huntmaster here, though. Know of any updated lists? I mean, I would just be looking through MTG Goldfish. Horrified, mortified, terrified. A little bit of a mistake there. We weren't supposed to play the second forest. Now opponent knows we have forest in hand. Well, opponent only has 3 cards in hand, but it looks like they're going to be good ones. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Take no damage and kill my best creature. Fighting for the 4-1. It's not going to be an easy fight, though. I might even rather play against Burn than this. You can do it! Okay, so, Timberwatch Elf looks pretty good here. So does Lead the Stampede. Here we go. We got some luck from Slayer, thank you. Alright, Cherry, thanks for the luck. Attack with Vanguard. And then we'll pass. I have no interest in casting these into Spellstutter Sprite and letting the opponent just counter them for free. Yes, I did. Oh, I was really afraid of that. I kind of want to untap the Vanguard here in response so that we have it as a blocker for the Ninja. And I think I'm actually only 5 subs away from the next emote unlock as well. When we broke past the first barrier, we absolutely crushed it. Yeah, Screeves, you were absolutely a huge help in that. Thank you very much for the support. Okay, so they have Spellstutter Sprite ready to go. Still have okay attacks, but if we attack, we can't block with the Vanguard. We could attack with Vanguard, block with Elf, activate Timberwatch Elf. Another Forest. So we just have these 2 plays. One of them is going to get countered. Yeah, we probably want the Birchlore Rangers to resolve so we can get colored mana. No surprise there. Turn 7, we got 2 forests in play. We've been really ready to just return those forests to hand turn after turn after turn to get that value. Definitely worth it. Opponent looking for some kind of answer to what we already have on board. They do have access to quite a few. Cast Down and Snuff Out would be two of the cards they're drawing to. They've already used their Agony Warp. Some decks do play 2 Agony Warps, though. Okay, opponent did put a card on top, so they probably found a removal spell with that. Ooh, they're just coming in with everything. Every damn thing. Okay, we'll block with the Birchlore Rangers and then try and kill the ninja using the Timberwatch Elf here. And then if they are going to kill the creature in response, they're killing the worse creature on the board. Okay. Smack him for another 4. Getting there. Let's lead the Stampede. Oh, no. Looks like they have another counterspell. Damn. Did I know they had that one? Well, I'm not going to play the Llanowar Elves here. I'd have to tap off Timberwatch Elf to do that. We gotta sack a dude. That sucks. Two cards left. If they have removal spell, I think that's it. 1 card left. Okay. So we can kill their ninja if they attack with it. They choose not to. Wise. Okay, let's get Sentinel off the top. Not quite. No way. They have another Spell Stutter Sprite? They're just going to be able to kill us in the air. Yeah, they just take this, smack us for 4 in the air, and then kill us next turn. They'll have the blocker for the Vanguard. Yeah, this is GG. What's the Pauper version of Hurricane? We've got a few. Swirling Sandstorm. Although Hurricane hits players as well, right? It's like players and creatures with flying or something like that. There's Rolling Thunder. Crypt Rats, Pestilence. Okay, so we're going to want to bring Pyroblast and Scattershot Archer. We can take out the life gain. Well, thanks a lot for coming in, Charles. Have a good day. The Archer. Yep. Looking to kill flying creatures. We have the Scattershot Archer. Sentinel blocks flying creatures, so we have that as well. There is Viridian Longbow. Not sure that that's better than some of the cards we already have access to in the deck. Don't think that we're ever going to be able to Invoker. Three lands. The hand isn't great, but it's okay. We'll keep. Okay, we'll start with the Mystic. Next turn we'll play out our hand. Alright, what do we got? One card top, one card bottom. Huntmaster. Not quite enough mana to play at this turn, though. Yeah, we'll just play everything. Okay, so they have Spellstutter Sprite ready to go. This could also be Ninja. No Ninja. Could be Removal Spell for the Priest. Yep, Cast Down on Priest. So we're going to be looking to play the Huntmaster. Ooh, and Scattershot Archer to boot. They have Snuff Out. Okay. Snuff Out was really good there. Killed the Huntmaster before it could make any value. They are able to cast down on their turn, Snuff Out on my turn. That's a really strong 1-2 punch. Might as well attack. That's not going to block. Not with Scattershot Archer around. Melody? But we can't make blue mana? Too bad. I think I should actually leave the Scattershot Archer untapped here. And we can Scattershot during their turn. We even have access to the Quirion Ranger to untap the Archer if we need to. Carlone with the follow. Thank you, friend. We're just winding down here, finishing off the final match of our league against Dimir Faeries. Definitely a difficult matchup from the Elves' perspective, but we got Scattershot Archer onto the field, which makes things a little bit easier. So until they find removal spell for the Archer, they're not going to be able to spell stutter. Okay, no spell stutter. Really looking for access to blue mana here. Good morning, Odysseus. Thanks for tuning in. Yep, there's the attack. Here's the activation. Surprised exactly no one. Blue mana, come on. Ugh, not another off-color spell. So there is a question of should I attack with Scattershot Archer here? I think I do. We got a pretty open field here. We get the extra point of damage in. And if we need to, we can untap the Scattershot Archer with Quirion Ranger. 1 mana, 1/2, win the game. Sometimes it feels like it. It does deal with a lot of what the opponent is doing. The Faeries lists rely quite heavily on Spellstutter Sprite. It's one of the best cards in the deck. So we have a card that neatly counters their counterspell. Now, Augur of Bolas is actually super good here. It means we have to stop attacking. We really need, what's the name? Birchlore Rangers. Oh no, Suffocating Fumes! They just wipe our board. We only get to keep the Archer. We weren't able to draw the mana fast enough. And now we only have the Archer. How quickly things turn around. There's the Birchlore Rangers that I was asking for. Thanks, deck. We can't even Distant Melody this turn. We do have access to Pyroblast once this resolves, though. Oh, that Suffocating Fumes was so strong. Play it as a morph, ever an option? Yes. If you already have a Birchlore Rangers in play and you're looking for more bodies to turn sideways, you could play it as a 2/2. But realistically, you're probably never going to do that. It's almost certainly just going to be better as an elf. Because coming down as an elf is going to increase the power of your other creatures, gain life, blah, blah, blah. You like playing elves when you're in the elves deck. Timberwatch. Nice. So we're drawing okay here. I think we Timberwatch hold up Pyroblast. Pass turn. Strange that the deck isn't showing up when you put the deck command in. That's a good one. They're going to be able to kill whatever we attack with. So sometimes Stream Decker just like leaves the chat for no reason. And yeah, it looks like Stream Decker left the chat. Huh, looks like MTG bot left the chat too. It happens sometimes. I'll see if I can get it to join back up later. Snuff out, come on. The Vanguard, or sorry, the Monarch is so good here. They're going to be able to draw 2 cards a turn instead of just 1. Alright, while they're thinking about this, I'm going to see what's going on with Stream Decker. Okay, so that should have got Stream Decker back into the chat. Yeah, you got it, Damon Wind. How did the league end up going for you? (4-1), very respectable. Okay, there's the deck list. We got those. The ley lines? Nice. Yeah, the Ferocidon's a pretty cool touch. I like that. Another Melody. So it looks like we're casting Melody. The thing is, if we cast Melody, we don't have Pyroblast backup, so they could potentially counter it. We don't know that they have Counterspell. I think we just have to go for it. They do have Counterspell. Well, there it is. Still got one more Melody. One more chance. Oh, come on. I mean, the deck is good. Some of the things the deck can do are insane. But the control matchup, pretty tough. The Faeries decks are very difficult. Yay, we drew 2. Yeah. We got them down to 4, but there is no way we're going to be able to score. Yeah, it happens. The Elves deck is great. It's fine. It does not have a a fantastic Faeries matchup. If you're really looking to target the Faeries deck, you're probably better off playing Ponza. I found that when I was playing Ponza, I was having a pretty easy time with the control decks. Ponza in Pauper, yep, it's one of the best decks available right now. Let's see, where is it? There it is. It's also called Gruul Cascade. This is one possible list. There's another list that takes out the Visionaries and plays Thermalkarst. Personally, I stick by the Visionary. Acid Moss is common, yep, and it searches up a forest, so you're actually able to get the snow duels with Acid Moss, which is pretty great. So, brief wrap up about Elves here. Elves is one of the combo decks in Pauper, combo aggro. We're able to do incredible things on the early turns of the game if we're undisrupted, but if we're disrupted, everything falls apart. As you saw when we were playing against the control decks, we have a similar problem versus mono black control. They're just able to kill all of our creatures, and we just can never gain traction. But against the Walls combo, against Ponza, against other aggro decks, this deck can really shine. It goes faster than most other decks, so if you want to go fast and you like doing crazy things where in one turn maybe you cast 20 spells, Elves is your jam. I think that Elves versus Ponza, I think that Elves would have a huge advantage. In game 1, Ponza only plays a single removal spell and Lightning Bolt, so they're not going to be able to deal with your problem creatures. And once they bring in the sideboard, they are going to have better options, but we can also bring in Gleeful Sabotage to hit their auras. We can bring in Wrap and Vigor to protect our creatures from Cannonade. Hydroblast also counters Pirate as well as Cannonade. So yeah, I would want to be on the Elves side of the matchup versus Ponza. Avoid Fate, isn't that the same as Wrap and Vigor? Let's check that out. Card, Avoid Fate. Oh, okay, no, that's a totally different thing. Counter target instant or aura spell that targets a permanent you control. Could play it. I think that I would rather play Vines of Vastwood in that slot. And the Elves deck was playing Vines of Vastwood when Fall from Favor was in the format. The advantage that Vines has over Avoid Fate is that you can target your opponent's creatures, and it will act as a form of counterspell. So someone tries to, target their Gurmag Angler with Unexpected Fangs. You Vines of Vastwood the Gurmag Angler, and it's just a 5/5 instead of a 6/6 lifelink.